All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
Welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. Good to see you guys all here. It's always a great time. It's always a great time to have a conversation with you guys. And as I keep saying, I love interacting with each and every one of you guys. And for the next 40, 45 minutes, 50 minutes, or whatever it is, we are going to talk about everything that's been going on in the past 12 to 24 hours. And I definitely want to hear what you guys have to say. Yesterday was a bit mad with the Basuma situation. I didn't get to connect with you guys too much. I was more just so annoyed about the situation. I just wanted to come out here and give my reaction on it. But it's been more than 24 hours, and it is what it is. We move on. We have to look forward to what we can do, and we can't dwell too much on what the rivals are doing. But I'm pretty sure the rivals will be doing some madness. I think Man United's going to be strengthening as well. Spurs will strengthen even more. If we didn't think they're strong now, with the players they're bringing in, they're going to strengthen even more. Liverpool might look to buy maybe a player or two as well. Man City with Calvin Phillips, apparently the latest. We'll see what's going on there. Hopefully we can start doing some business. But one of our players that we're looking to do business with, Jules Koundé, he's gone through some hamstring operation apparently. Minor injury, but he could possibly be out for next 2 to 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever the case is. Apparently middle of July. That's not ideal because I really wanted him in the team before the preseason, but it is what it is. After 2 minutes, we've got 52 people live already. Smash the like button, get those likes up to 50 plus. We're going to try and aim for 100 likes for the stream whilst we are doing it live. And then anything after that is a bonus. I want to give you guys a shout out very, very soon whilst you get the likes up and running. And we're going to talk about a lot of people. Romelu Lukaku, latest. This drama will be... It's this whole Romelu Lukaku situation. I mean, it's just as big as a player coming in. This is a very, very big situation. And this player needs to go. So we're going to talk about Romelu Lukaku. He's now linked with Dumfries as well. Maybe Dumfries coming our way. And we're going to talk about Ethan Ampadu. We're going to talk about Kimpembe. We're going to talk about Ligt and more as the news comes through. Tim, thank you so much for the super chat, my man. Don't need Basuma's legal troubles at Chelsea. Yeah, look, fair enough. That's what some of the fans are saying. Look, the way I look at it is apparently this particular legal case will go away. The players' camp is very confident. Some of the journalists are saying that, this is a non-issue. And aren't we one of those people that, I suppose, like you're not guilty until you're found to be guilty, I suppose. Innocent until found guilty. So, look, this is some of the news that's coming out that Chelsea weren't interested for this particular player because of the legal allegations that's going on. But Spurs are not stupid. They went after the player. I'm pretty sure they've done their due diligence and sort of come to a conclusion that they can take care of this matter, and the matter will not be a serious one and a matter that will that should see the player get out of this particular situation. So look, it is what it is. It is what it is. Basuma is going to be a Spurs player. It bothered me a lot yesterday, but I can't stay bothered like that 24/7. And I've got to move on. Rice is probably the player that we're going to get. Interesting how Man City's going for Calvin Phillips. I know a lot of people will say, well, they got Rodri. They don't need Declan Rice. But it's not that, in my opinion. I think Calvin Phillips far suits their style a lot more. Calvin Phillips came from the school of Bielsa, understands position-based football. The work rate is insane as well from Calvin Phillips. So it's a player yeah, it'll be well suited under Pep Guardiola. But it is what it is. We're going to talk about our stuff though. Okay, firstly, over 80 people live right now. Smash the like button. Get those likes up to well over 80. We're going to start the discussion very soon. Monsieur, thank you so much for joining. Arthur, thank you so much for joining. Red Hood, good to see you. Point 44, Marvo, Siddharth, Valan, Tim B. Kartik Sharma, good to see you. Ready Social, yep, hopefully I got that right. Arthur, good to see you. Ruki Rahat, good to see you. Tony Chelsea, Abdul Razak, my brother, good to see you. Akhil, good to see you. Mohammed, Victor, Sean, NYH Clips, King Kai, Shubra, Machiavelli, everyone's here. Tibogo, Hambolo, we've got Zahir, Leslie, Sam, 2021 CFC, brilliant. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this show rock and rolling. We're going to start our conversation from this particular news. So let me just set this up. Okay, so first up, Romelu Lukaku's Chelsea departure has reportedly accelerated a lot in the last 24 hours. This was something that happened last night, UK time. Romelu Lukaku's return to Inter Milan has increased chances by a lot today. Talks open for a loan. Di Marzio further goes on to say Lukaku's pressing on Chelsea worked negotiations open in next hours. So this should hopefully happen very soon. Inter hope to close the deal in the next hours with Chelsea. Look, before we get to the whole Dumfries situation, which will return back, this particular player, he can't return. He can't return to Chelsea. That's it. At the moment, obviously, Nations League. Is that finished, by the way, ladies and gentlemen? I have no idea what's going on with this Nations League. Hopefully, this is finished by now. They've played the final matches. England got thumped yesterday against Hungary 4-0. So hopefully that's the end of that. Romelu Lukaku, have your holiday and don't even think about coming back to Chelsea Football Club. And I think Chelsea, from that perspective as well, needs to think that we need to get this deal done ASAP with Inter Milan, because we don't want a situation where Lukaku has to return back to Chelsea. And we don't want a situation where Lukaku is, refusing to come to Chelsea. I don't want to get into all of that mess, all of the drama with the media. Let's get this deal done in the next couple of days, couple of weeks, find a solution, and hopefully once Lukaku is done and dusted with the holiday and the preseason starts, that he can go to Inter Milan. Bottom line, that's what I want to see. I think it'll be detrimental to the team if he returns to Chelsea. I think it just brings bad vibes. And I don't want to start the season with bad vibes. I need good, positive vibes going into this particular season. I think some of the players will be very annoyed to see him as well come back. He just simply needs to go back to Inter Milan. Now, the player that we are linked with apparently now is Denzel Dumfries. I want to hear from you guys. How you guys feel about Denzel Dumfries? Me personally, looks probably a good backup for Reece James in terms of pace and power, but technically on the ball, I don't really think he's he's all switched on in regards to that technically on the ball. But for me, it's Serginho Dest. I watched Dumfries a couple of times for Inter Milan in the Champions League. I wasn't utterly impressed. I don't think his ball-playing ability is that great. And playing for Chelsea Football Club, with the amount of possession that we can hold, you'd think you'd have to be very good with the ball. He does have pace and power. But yeah, apparently Inter Milan could be open for Denzel Dumfries with a possible, deal with Lukaku. So Chelsea are interested in Denzel Dumfries in return for Romelu Lukaku. Discussions are open with Inter for a possible loan with option to buy. Yeah, actually, you do need to buy. Inter Milan, you definitely do need to buy Romelu Lukaku off us. And if we get Dumfries, it is what it is. I've seen David Rome over there. He's a fantastic player. David Rome is actually a very, very good player. But let's see what you guys have to say. Abdul Razak, go back. Dumfries or Dest? Yeah, I'm going with Dest. I feel like he would be a very, very good understudy for Reece James. Fast as well. Maybe not as physical as Dumfries. Definitely not as physical as Dumfries, but technicality with the ball, a lot better. I want to swap him with Alonso and Aspi. That makes perfect sense. Barcelona won those two players, and apparently we're linked with Dest as well. I'd be surprised that we're linked with Dumfries. I mean, Dumfries would play on the right side, so I know Dest can play on the left too, but he's not naturally a left footer. Dest is more of a right footer. I'd rather have David Rome or someone, but none of those. David Rome rumors are not absolutely solid. Bon Souza is one that's more solid than that. Yeah, Emerson apparently is going to be the one who's going to stick around, which is mad. Monsieur, I prefer Des. Brilliant. Roy, I'd fancy Felix and Rafinha. Akil. Dumfries is a Burnley level player on the ball. There you go. That's how I felt as well, Akil. Yeah, bang on, man. He's got pace and power, though. He's got pace and power. I'm not going to lie. Because I have a feeling we are focusing on Lukaku deal, hence why we haven't signed anyone yet. Your thoughts? Yeah, look, I don't know about this thing about we're focusing on one particular situation, so we can't focus. You got to be able to do multiple things. If you're waiting on one deal at a time, I'm telling you, you're not going to have enough time because we need players to leave. We need players to come in. Multiple scenarios need to be worked on simultaneously, if I'm being absolutely honest about it. Inter Extra has a wrong, by the way. Rudy Galetti said they are two separate deals. Okay, well, at the end of the day, whether we want to, from a accounting point of view, make it two separate deals, it's all part of the one scenario. Do you know what I mean? Like, from paper-wise, we could make it look like two separate deals, but at the end of the day, I think we know what's going on. Stuart Glass, good to see you, my man. Inter won the law, won't swap any of their good players, but only their deadwood. I guess we are kind of giving our deadwood to them, aren't we? Expensive deadwood. So it only makes sense that we take their deadwood as well. I hope this is why, ladies and gentlemen, I need Chelsea Football Club to get themselves a director of football. I really do, because then we would stay away from deals like this. Dumfries, to me, does not make sense at Chelsea Football Club unless I'm watching a different Chelsea, unless Thomas Tuchel wants to do something differently next season. Dumfries, to me, doesn't make sense. Yet we are getting linked with Dumfries with the swap situation with Lukaku. It would have made far more sense to get Bastoni. Now, yeah, Inter Milan doesn't want to get rid of Bastoni, but Inter's not in no position to negotiate that heavily. They are broke. They need money. They need to get rid of some of their players. They're bringing in Dybala, so they have to let go of some players. Now they want Lukaku as well. Bastoni would have made proper sense to me as a LCB, but it seems like Dumfries is the one that's getting thrown at us, and apparently we are keen as well. Like, I don't know whether this is true or not, but I would love us to get a director of football. It would just help the cause. I mean, a particular director of football who would set a plan, a vision of how we want to play for the next 10 years. Do you know what I mean? A vision for the next 10 years. Regardless of which manager comes in, we're going to have a particular style, a philosophy, an ideology of how we want to play. A director of football will allow for that. And then they would sit down with the scouting network and figure out what type of players that we need to fit into this philosophy, this idea of how Chelsea wants to play long term. Obviously, you consult with the manager as well, because manager's input. If you want to have the manager for a long run, you obviously want to have manager's input. It's very essential to know how does Thomas Tuchel want to play for at least the next couple of seasons. And then from there on, you evolve, much like Klopp. Do you know what I mean? Klopp started with, the midfield of, we saw midfield of Henderson, Wijnaldum, Naby Keita. Now slowly that midfield, is starting to have Thiago Alcantara, more someone who's comfortable with the ball. Up front, they used to have Firmino. Now they've got Darwin Nunez. So it's evolving. But it's got to start somewhere. The fundamentals have got to start somewhere. And then down the track, you can evolve. I think it's very important. Thomas Tuchel sits down. Hopefully, we get a director of football. And then only we're going to get these transfers right. Until then, we're going to keep messing about with our transfers. I'm telling you right now. Waylon, Dumfries is average, to be honest. If we are swapping with Inter for Lukaku, we need Lautaro, Bastoni, or Barella coming to us. Bang on. I could not agree more. Those are the exact players I would be going for. Director of football is important. King Kai, please, for the love of God, hey, Bruce Buck and Marina out. I can't anymore. I need a real projection of our scouting and transfers. Exactly right. Michael Eminello was that man before Roman replaced him with his side chick. Yeah. We did some really good business with Michael Eminello. There were some good players during that time. In my opinion, this depends on negotiations with Barca, who probably will ask for a lot because they're broke instead of a straight swap with Alonso and Aspi. Look, they're another team. They should not have any power in negotiations. You want our players, then you're going to have to come to the table and do some business because we want Serginho Dest. So it is what it is. Okay, so now, with Lukaku gone, ladies and gentlemen, most probably he's gone. In fact, he should be gone. I want to ask you guys, who do we want up front? Gabriel Jesus is my choice, but Gabriel Jesus, every man and dog out there wants Gabriel Jesus. Arsenal's after him. Spurs are after him. And obviously we are after him. I'm not really sure. At the end of the day, Gabriel Jesus wants a Premier League move. You'd think the sensible choice is us, but the way Spurs are moving, a player could be sort of sidetracked and think, that's a good project to go to. Antonio Conte, they're bringing in the players as well. And we're not seeming to move quickly. We're not seeming to have advanced conversations with any of these players. So I'm not really sure now what's going on with the Gabriel Jesus situation, but this particular player is now getting linked with us a lot. According to UOL, Chelsea have expressed interest in signing Richarlison for next season. He snubbed Arsenal and is holding out for Chelsea or Spurs. He's another player that's linked with Spurs. How do you guys feel about Richarlison? I want to ask you guys, would you like him as a number 9? He's got that aggro sort of S-housery about him, much like Diego Costa did. But I still think Gabriel Jesus is more technical than Richarlison. Richarlison's a decent player. Don't get me wrong. He can score goals. He's got pace. He's got physicality. He's good ball control. Can link up. But for me, Gabriel Jesus, his movement, I feel like Gabriel Jesus' movement is far superior to Richarlison. I just feel like Richarlison is just a step below, and I don't want to settle for a step below. But I want to hear from you guys. How would you feel about Richarlison? Valan, thank you so much for the super chat. I feel that Richarlison has that something to prove. Yeah, look, he does. And I remember when he burst into scene with Watford, he was electric. He was actually very good in Watford. And then he went to Everton. He wasn't bad with Everton, especially his connection with Calvert-Lewin was actually pretty good. But last season, obviously, no Calvert-Lewin kind of stuffed that situation up a little bit, and Calvert-Lewin was not in form as well. But it was because of Richarlison that Everton did well right at the end of the season. Richarlison played a big role in making sure Frank Lampard and Everton stayed up, or else that would have been quite detrimental for them. But as I said, for me, it's Gabriel Jesus. But I want to see what you guys have to say about this. When are we going to sign players every day? Chelsea won this, won that. Look, man, welcome to Chelsea Football Club. We don't do things quick. We do not do things quick. We've been linked with Jules Koundé for 2 seasons, and we still can't get this man on over the board. Now he's got an injury. He just went through a surgery. Apparently, it's a successful surgery. We've just brought in new owners as well. But then again, prior to new owners, last season as well, we got our deals done for Lukaku and Saul right at the end when the season already started. So I feel you, man. I absolutely feel you. Jesus is average. Pep doesn't want him, and he didn't even start for City. Okay. I love comments like this. Jesus is average. Pep doesn't want him. I'm fed up in explaining these sort of stuff. So I'm just going to let it be the way it is. We've got comment here from Chunky TM. He's got confidence in him and can play wing too. I take Richarlison and experience in the Prem. If he can play well under Lampard, then he can under anyone. Yeah, look, as I said, he's not a bad player. Richarlison's not a bad player. You're right. He can play anywhere up front. He can play in the wings. He can play in the middle. It's preference, isn't it? It's preference. Are we losing out on heaps if it's not Gabriel Jesus and it's Richarlison? Are we actually losing out on heaps? I want to ask you guys. As I said, I rate Jesus a little bit more than Richarlison, but it's my perception. I want to hear from you guys. Maybe you guys don't think it's too much of a difference. Is he Chelsea level? Is Richarlison Chelsea level? Because I think we're in a situation where we knew to. Because I think we're in a situation where we need to sell players in order to sign new players. We need to sell Jorginho Kante to buy a new midfielder. We need to sell Werner Pulisic to buy Dembele. I mean, look, we get that. But it's like the Liverpool situation. Did they need to sell Mane first in order to get Nunez? Like, you can do these things simultaneously. That's what I'm trying to say. You can do these things simultaneously. By waiting to get rid of a player, you may not have enough time to bring in a new player. That's the issue. That's what I have my problem. Big up, Miz. Been a minute, G. I don't want Richarlison nowhere near at Chelsea. There you go. Someone who doesn't want Richarlison. Grizzly, Richarlison, I'm also not sure about. Waylon, Richarlison would be expensive. He would at least cost us 70 to 80 million. Lampard loves this player. I think Frank Lampard, he wants some of our players as well. So there could be some sort of a deal there. I think he wants Conor Gallagher. He wants Billy Gilmore. I know we don't want to give Conor Gallagher away. I get that. But there could be a deal that may be made over there. Abhishek Baumik. Hey, Miz, your analysis are always spot on. What do you think about Andrea Bellotti from Torino? He could be a very good fit, very instinctive, self-aware, and also not a lot of big clubs are mentioned. Do you know what, Abhishek? This particular player was being, sought out massively. He was being touted a lot, maybe 4 seasons ago. Yeah, this is what I mean. This is in 2017. I remember back in that time, everyone wanted Andrea Bellotti. Everyone, but I think now that boat has really left now. I don't think it's Andrea Bellotti time anymore. Yeah, what's his stats like in Torino? I don't think he's setting up the world apart. Do you know what I mean? If you can't bang in goals in Serie A, and we say that everyone bangs in goals, all the strikers do well in Serie A. Can you imagine how difficult it's going to be for Bellotti in the Premier League? I think Bellotti would struggle. I really think he would struggle. Bellotti hype has been died for some time now. Exactly. Bellotti hype was there along with Piatek. If you guys remember Piatek with the celebration, the gun blazing celebration, and also Lukajovic. Bellotti, Lukajovic, and Piatek. These were the three. Chelsea fan base were after them big time. But those days are now well and truly finished. Some clubs who want that Jidson Park man had better get Mora, I think. fair enough. Not really sure what that means. Richarlison might fall into Timo Werner mold. Works super hard, but won't bag the goals for us. He'd still score more than Timo, though. Look, I don't think he's had monumental misses like Timo Werner, and I think his ball playing ability, his control, his technicality is far superior than Timo Werner. Okay, let's move on to this one, ladies and gentlemen. We need to talk about this particular player. We need to talk. We need to talk about this particular player, Ethan Ampadu. Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? How come this guy doesn't get talked about enough? Why are we thinking about this guy to be a Jorginho backup, replacement, whatever you want to call it? Why are we talking about this guy as the deepest midfielder? Why are we talking about Ethan Ampadu as the lone DM? Why are we talking about Ethan Ampadu as the register? This guy, his ball playing ability is superb. Ball control, ball retention, ball distribution, defensively strong, awareness. Why are we talking about Ethan Ampadu? He's our own. Like he's one of us. Why are we so much after Declan Rice when we have someone within our ranks? Are we okay to let go of? Because if Ethan Ampadu doesn't get a breakthrough this season, I think this guy would want to leave. He's done his time. He has done his time. He's gone to Leipzig. Yes, he didn't get to play enough. He has gone to Sheffield United and did well there. I know Sheffield United got relegated, but he did well. He's then gone to Venezia and was one of Venezia's most important players, versatile, pretty much played almost every position in midfield. Played as an 8, played as a wing back, played as a CB, played as a lone DM, played everywhere. For Wales, he's been killing it. He's been absolutely killing it. And here's the other factor. Marva, thank you. Ampadu is still 21 years old. It's because Ampadu is Welsh, not English. Is this true? Is it because of this? Is it because he's not English and that he's Welsh? Is it because that he's not from the Chelsea Academy? Because I believe he's not from the Chelsea Academy. He came from Exeter, I think. Is it because of that? I want to know. I want to know why we are not talking about Ampadu as highly as some of the, as how much we are over the moon for Declan Rice. We are head over heels for Declan Rice. It's okay. Look, I understand. I get it. If Declan Rice is who we want and who Thomas Tuchel wants, okay, I'm fine. I'm starting to convince myself now, because there's no point in arguing the fact that, because everyone that I wanted in terms of Basuma has gone to Spurs. Camara has gone to Aston Villa. Tchouameni, it was my number one selection. It's gone to Real Madrid. Everyone that I wanted have gone. Even Calvin Phillips last season, earlier on. I loved Calvin Phillips. Obviously, then he had injury. Didn't get to feature much. And Calvin Phillips is probably moving to Man City. So who are we left with? There is one player, and that's Declan Rice. So I get it. We're going to get Declan Rice. I completely understand. And once Declan Rice becomes a Chelsea player, I'll absolutely back him. No doubt about that. But why the love is not there for Ethan Ampadu? That's what I want to know. And do you guys think Ethan Ampadu could be the deepest midfielder for us? Could he do the Jorginho role? Would you be confident if Ampadu was the lone DM? I want to ask you guys. Valen, thank you so much for the super chat. Ampadu would be a squad player. I feel that it's too early because he did stand out, but for relegated clubs and couldn't break into Leipzig. Yeah, maybe. He had that really good game in the Champions League for Leipzig against Spurs, I remember. He played as a center back, so in a back three. He played the middle guy, and he did it really well. Look, Valen, I want to ask you as well, and to the live chat, is he not ready? Is he just a squad player? Is he not ready? Because if he's not ready, then what are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? Why aren't we selling him? Why aren't we selling him? T-Bay, I hope West Ham is stubborn with their 100 million valuation so that Tuchel is forced to use Ampadu with Kante at hospital. I really wish Tuchel gave this guy a chance. I honestly do. I think Ampadu is still an unknown entity. Do you really think so? Is Ampadu still unknown? I think he's shown enough, man. I think he's shown enough to at least be given a go now. I mean, he's done his time in Serie A. He's done his time in the Premier League with Sheffield United. He's even gone to Leipzig to see, what the go is over there. He's worked under Nagelsmann over there. I don't know what else. If we are still waiting on this guy to prove us, he needs to then leave. We need to sell him. I don't see how we hanging on to him. Ampadu is a gem. He started men's football at the age of 15. Only 15, exactly right. Looking like we're going to overpay for Rice. A limited player would have loved Phillips over Rice any day. I like Phillips as well, man. But the fan base wants Declan Rice. I feel Gilmore is more similar to Jorginho than Ampadu. Yeah, you're right. Gilmore is far more similar to Jorginho, but my thing about Gilmore is I think Gilmore could be more of an 8, though. I feel like he can be that, and I'm no disrespect. This is by no means a comparison, but I feel like Gilmore could play that Iniesta kind of role that Iniesta did in Barcelona. No means Gilmore is, in the same stratosphere of Iniesta at the moment. No way. But I feel like Gilmore, being the deepest midfielder, yes, he can do that job, no doubt. But I feel like he can do a job as an 8. That would be his best spot. Who can drop deep, link up, build up, and then progress the ball forward and find those key passes. I don't think he necessarily has to stick deep and just stay there. Physicality is a bit of an issue at times. And I don't know how much Billy Gilmore is really going to bulk up. I don't think he needs to. Iniesta was like that as well. It's not like he was a monster of a player, but supremely great on the ball, vision, goal scoring ability. I think these are the traits that Billy Gilmore can work on, and I feel like he could be a very good number 8. Ethan Ampadu, on the other hand, he's definitely tailor-made to be a defensive midfielder, the deepest midfielder. He can play CB as well. He can play LCB. So, yeah. Amber, he's not ready to be a starter, but definitely a good squad player to have. We don't need to be extreme about him, in my opinion. Why not? I suppose, what are we waiting for then with Ethan Ampadu? Do we want him to go on another loan? Do we want Ethan Ampadu to go on another loan? Do we want to sell him? Because what more does he need to prove? What loan can we give him? It just doesn't make sense to me anymore. I'm gonna watch Ampadu comp. I'll be right back. Fair enough. Billy is more of a Cover type CM than a Georgie type. Yeah, exactly. That's what I want. That's my feeling as well. Billy Gilmore is more that type. Billy Gilmore could be like a Verratti. Yeah, 100% agree. Can be like a Verratti as well. Sell Barkley and Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Use Gilmore and Ampadu. Both of them will be on low wages and still young, which means more room for improvement. Yeah, I can't believe. But what's the latest on Barkley? Has he left our football club? Or is he still around? Can someone please tell this guy, find another club? Please find another club. But he could develop into an 8, yep. Watch Quaidio Kone. He's the next big French CM, mark my words. There you go. They produce a lot of stuff over there. We're always waiting. Breaking news. Sources claim Jules Koundé want to go to... No. I think that's fake news. He's already agreed terms. He was in London a couple of weeks ago. Nah. He's going to be a Chelsea player. It's just a matter of when, to be honest. Barkley contract expires 2024, so he's got 2 more years. So 22, 23. Does Barkley have 2 more years? Wow. As a Serie A watcher, Ampadu was pretty average. Some rash red cards too. Wow, okay. Uncle Shama, hey, is this the real Uncle Shama for Inter Milan? Let me know. Let me know. Let me just check this out, because I would love to talk to you about Inter Milan stuff, my man. DM me on Twitter or Instagram. I would love to link up with you, Uncle Sharma, in regards to talking about Inter Milan situation. Lukaku, I think it'll be a fantastic video stream, whatever you want. Let me know if you're keen. If you're the real Uncle Sharma that I'm thinking of, that I see on social media. So yeah, let me know. Let me know indeed. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are now going to talk about Presnel Kimpembe. Ms. Check Ryan Guinness, he's just put a thread on DMs who sued Tuchel. Okay, fair enough. I was actually meant to do a video with Ryan in regards to our midfielders, so hopefully we could do that very, very soon. Yeah. We should organize that soon to do that. Vishagan, love that you read all our comments. Really appreciate your content and effort. And thank you, my man. As I said, I love this, man. I love this connection with you guys. I feel like I'm having a conversation with each and every one of you guys. And it's the best way to spend, an hour of my time, honestly. It just lets me unwind a little bit after work. Matt Chells, good to see you, my man. I live in Wales. He's well thought of and one of the first players on the team sheet at 21. Enough said, really. There you go. There you go. I like Ampadu as well, man. I wanted Ampadu to stay last season, but he was sent out on loan. Valen, thank you so much for the super chat again. Kimpembe is the OG Rudiger before Rudiger. There we go. Okay, let's talk about this. But before we talk about this, ladies and gentlemen, we've got over 250 live and only 76 likes. I need the likes up to 200 immediately, guys. If you're enjoying this connection, enjoying this interaction, smash the like button, get the likes up to well over 200. Let's get that up there straight away. You're enjoying it. It's just simple click. It just helps the channel. The algorithm for the growth of this channel is so directly correlated with the likes. So if you want this channel to boom and do well and interact with you a lot more, smash the like button. There we go. 100 got straight away. Let's take it to 200 immediately. And if you're here for the first time as well, subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. Okay. Kimpembe. As Valen said here, Kimpembe is the original, OG Rudiger. Original gangster. Rudiger, before Rudiger. Look, apparently, this is quite serious. Like, there's not been too much talked about this particular player, but this rumor is quite bang on. Miss, can you search Kimpembe age? Okay. Kimpembe age 26. He's going to be 27. In about a couple of months' time. There you go. 13th August. Make sure, everyone, we say happy birthday to him on 13th of August, because he's going to be 27, which I think is a decent age. But let's have a read of this. Tuchel really likes him, Presnel Kimpembe, and he's made it clear to the recruiters that that's the case. Tuchel is getting special permission to go and get the players he likes, so probably one to watch out for at the moment. Kimpembe is someone, as we know, Thomas Tuchel worked with. Thiago Silva has a good connection with Presnel Kimpembe. That partnership, when they went all the way to the finals of the Champions League, they just missed out to Bayern Munich in the final. Kimpembe looked really good that particular season alongside Thiago Silva. We always need to think about defenders in partnership. I know sometimes we try and segregate them away. Like Thiago Silva, fantastic. Like, doesn't matter who he's partnering, he's a fantastic defender. But not everyone is like that. Some defenders, they do need to have that partner in crime. And maybe with Thiago Silva, we're going to get the best version of Kimpembe. I know some of you guys are not excited about Kimpembe. I like this guy. This guy is... I've seen him a few times for France. Yeah, a couple of times he's made mistakes as well. But then a few times he's been absolutely solid, robust, lots of energy, very physical. You know, some of these French players, they're very physical. It could work out. It could work out with Thiago Silva. 27 is just about the right age as well, So I'm okay with that. I want to see what you guys feel about this. TT likes him though, so there you go. I mean, if we think TT wants Declan Rice and he likes him, he wants this guy as well. We have to back him. Kimpembe is bad from Branko. Branko, let me know why he's bad. Why do you hate him? All this defender talk. Where are our goals coming from next season? From the defenders, my man. From the defenders. Our defenders are the ones that score goals. Roy M. Chelsea is now becoming a joke in this transfer. Every day is a story. No signings. Stay patient, man. Stay patient. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. We just need to stay patient. What about Salius from Fenerbahce? He's what's his name? Salai. Yeah, what happened to that Fenerbahce player? What's his name? Salai? Something Salai? From Hungary. Exactly. Was he in the team yesterday? Was he in the team yesterday for Hungary? Let me have a quick look. Attila Salai, yeah, that's it. Attila Salai. He was in the team, kept a clean sheet. Well, there you go. I don't know. I'm not really sure if we were ever interested. I know there were some rumors about him. Was it? Some of the Chelsea journalists as well actually reported him. Waylon, Kimpembe is only 26 and going to enter his prime, and I feel he would be perfect Rudiger replacement soon. Tuchel does want him, but in my opinion, I don't think PSG would sell. PSG could be forced to sell with the kind of deal that they've done with Mbappe. They may need to sell a few players just to open up their funds a little bit. Even players like Hakimi's look like they want to leave, so we'll see what happens there. Yeah. I'd rather have Koundé and Koulibaly or even De Ligt over Kimpembe. We're going to talk about De Ligt because that's the next player. Yeah, Koulibaly is my first choice. Obviously, Koundé is happening, Koulibaly, and then Levi Colwill can be the backup. I read Kimpembe, but he's not a leader. If we get Koulibaly and Kimpembe, I'll be excited. Okay. Aka, don't you rate Koundé? What about Koundé, man? What about Koundé? Konate Upamecano is better. Konate is... Liverpool's done another madness over there. Ibrahim Konate. I remember we were looking into Upamecano, and no one's really talking about Upamecano anymore. Everyone's talking about Konate. And Konate, what another signing, man. Absolute beast of a defender. The Lucind... I wouldn't be surprised if we buy 3 CBs, especially if the price is not that high. Example, Koulibaly, Bremer, and Kimpembe. I don't think we should, though. I think we should definitely get 2. If we can get Koulibaly, and obviously Koundé, fantastic, or any of these names that you've mentioned, I feel like the third one has to be Levi Colwill. I feel like this guy needs to get an opportunity, at least in the squad. He's not one of those, hyping up the academy or anything like that. He's a proper good player. It really is. And I would love to see Levi Colwill given a chance. Now, the next one that's connected with this is, ladies and gentlemen, Chelsea are serious about signing Juventus defender Matthijs de Ligt. A lot of you guys are actually quite excited about Matthijs de Ligt. Me, personally, I was a little bit underwhelmed by his tenure in Juventus. But, some of you guys are very, very excited about De Ligt and think that he's close to Rudiger replacement. That's what some of you guys are saying. Let me have a look. Simon Phillips, Mohamed Agdi, thank you so much for this. Simon Phillips, let's see. Here we go. What's going on? That's the latest. Chelsea are interested in Denzel Dumfries from Inter Milan. There is a possibility that Chelsea move for Dumfries could be a different deal to Lukaku deal, as he would arrive once the Belgian has left on a loan deal. See, if that's the case, it can't be. I know they're different deals on paper, but why are we going for Dumfries? I don't understand why we're going for Dumfries. But anyway, it is what it is. We've spoken about this, so if you guys have missed out on the Dumfries discussion, please go check out the stream from the beginning. We've got, I need to bring this up. Baldwin, this guy just loves everyone who isn't Rice. I love a hater. I love someone who comes in and just gives it to me. Look, football is all about perception, right? I don't know how much more I can put out there why I feel Declan Rice is not the one. You can feel that, Baldwin. I'm absolutely respectful to you as a person, as a human being, if you want Declan Rice. But don't get mad at me if I don't like Declan Rice. Like, I'm absolutely respectful to anyone that likes Declan Rice. And it's fine if that's how you vision your football to be played with Declan Rice. I just have a different way of playing football, and I feel like he doesn't fit. And you're right, there is some form of bitter taste that's been given to me because of how our fan base reacts with Declan Rice. I'm not going to lie. Some of the reasonings that I have for Declan Rice are probably not even footballing. They're non-footballing stuff that other fans have made it very difficult for me. But it is what it is. Valen, thank you so much for the super chat. De Ligt is bossing in Holland. Guess why? LVG is playing a back three system and looks similar to Tuchel. I'm convinced the system is key to unlock it. Yeah, that's a good point, Valen, man. Very, very good point. And this is the thing. Sometimes some of these players, they look better in a certain style, and then they look bad in a different style. Like, for example, Jorginho. When Jorginho was under Frank Lampard, he looked rubbish. And when Jorginho was under Sarri and Tuchel, he looked somewhat better. Definitely under Tuchel, maybe not last season, but the season before that, in Tuchel's first season, looked really good. And Jorginho under Sarri as well looks good. So yeah, 100% agreed. 100%. There are players that look good. Like, look at Ziyech. Ziyech doesn't look like a player that's great under Thomas Tuchel, but Ziyech under Ten Hag, that was incredible because they play a different style. And I suppose that's why it's so important. Director of football is so important. Long-term management having a manager for a long term is very important, so that they can bring in players that they want. Like, some of these players that Thomas Tuchel have, probably not even his type of players. Like Ziyech is probably not a Thomas Tuchel type of player. Yeah, Lukaku definitely wasn't. I don't know why he co-signed on Lukaku, but De Ligt could be. You're right, Valen. De Ligt could be a Thomas Tuchel style of a player. You're right. He works out for Holland. He works out for Netherlands, but for some reason he doesn't look that great for Juventus. Maybe under Thomas Tuchel with three at the back, if we continue with three at the back, could start looking good. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let me know how you feel about De Ligt. Who would it be? Who would with all the defenders that we're linked with, De Ligt, Koulibaly, Kimpembe, Vardiol, Koundé, Bremer. Give me your two defenders out of these six. Koundé, Koulibaly, De Ligt, Bremer, Vardiol, and whoever else I missed. Yeah. Let me know your two defenders that you would go with. Machiavelli, we linked with Ryan 8 Nuri, 30 million Wolves left back. What do you think, Miz? I like him, man. I definitely do like him, Machiavelli. Ryan 8 Nuri, young, I think 21-year-old, left-sided player, got good pace, got good delivery in crosses, can develop into an even better player. Perfect player to give Ben Chilwell competition. Defensively quite strong as well, and I think he's only going to get better defensively. So I like him a lot. For something around, you said 30 million, but I think it's going to be even cheaper. Koundé plus Koulibaly, yep, that's probably my two of the selections. De Ligt and Kimpembe. Valen, thank you so much for the super chat. There you go. Valen wants De Ligt and Kimpembe. Football star, big up Miz. Long time no seeing you. Good to see you, my man. Prefer Koulibaly and Koundé. Koulibaly and De Ligt. There you go. I feel sad for Koundé. Can you imagine if Koundé misses out now? Koundé and Koulibaly. Yeah, these two are the ones that seems the most legitimate. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. That comes to the end of the show. Let's get the likes up to 200. Over 270 people live right now. Get those likes up to 200. Hope you guys have really enjoyed this. We're going to do this again sometime tomorrow, depending on what news is breaking through, or we're just going to come in and have a conversation about what's going on in Chelsea transfer, see what you guys are feeling as well. Hope you guys have enjoyed this particular stream. Smash the like. We're going to get those likes up to 200 immediately. If you've enjoyed this and enjoyed this interaction, if you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification as well, because I do 2 uploads a day, 1 live during this transfer window, and then 1 a wrap up later on UK time to give you guys a shorter version of what's going on in terms of transfer news or any other news. So yeah, until next time, everyone, take care and see ya.